Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at what's the quietest way someone has ever shown you love. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. My fiance and I had a pretty tense argument. Not a big fight, but things were pretty emotional and raw. We weren't able to really resolve it before going to bed, so we both went to sleep upset. I woke up the next morning and things were still raw between us. We weren't talking much to each other. When I came out of the bathroom, I found he had still poured my coffee for me in my favorite mug, like he does every morning for me when he gets up first. Immediately, my frustrations melted away. It was a very small, quiet act of love that spoke volumes because he still managed to do it even when we weren't practically liking each other in the moment. A perfect relationship isn't one where you get along 100% of the time and never disagree or argue. It's how you choose to treat each other when times are tough and choose to still show love, kindness, and respect for each other even when maybe you kind of want to throttle them. That's so adorable. Yeah, I think this is the best kind of love too. When you guys dislike each other, but you're still in love with one another. I love that. While sorting through my dad's paperwork after he passed away, I found a Father's Day card that I made in the first grade. He'd saved it all of these years. I sobbed my eyes out. Oh, but I guess to them it's just the memories of when you were like really young, and yeah, they just love that. My husband quietly and without complaint cleaned up my vomit literally hundreds of times during pregnancy. He'd literally vomit himself while cleaning it sometimes, but say nothing and just clean his own up as well. Disgusting but true love. That is true love. He'd vomit himself and then he'd just have to clean that up too. Yes, this love needs to find all of us, okay? I got absolutely wasted on a first date. Didn't mean to. Tried to keep up with my date drink wise. Skipped lunch that day and had way too many drinks due to nerves before we actually ate. Pooked everywhere on my way to the Uber. She made sure I made it home safe. Got in the Uber with me and tucked me in that night before catching a lift back to her place. Married her. She tucked him in? You're like, good you married her. She literally protected him. Yes, that's the kind of person you want in your life. They will protect you. Love that. That was the first date. Jeez, like I'm surprised. He must have been a good catch for her to like be like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of this one. You know what I mean? Because if your date gets wasted on the first date, normally women, they don't like that. They're like, hell no. Hell no. My niece, who's 13 years old, will FaceTime me or call me almost every other day to ask what I'm doing, and we'll chat for a while and joke about silly things. She's probably the only one who ever calls to check up on me. That's so cute. Oh my goodness. I want this too. My parents who let me live rent-free at their house while I sort things out as an adult. No complaints, no unhappiness feelings about it, no pressure. They just love the shit out of me and I love the shit out of them back. My mom simply told me it's going to be your house one day anyway. They have it where it will be passed down to me. My siblings don't care for it. I do. And that's it. That's so cute. That's adorable. Seriously. I love it. I was 3 weeks out from trial against my childhood abuser and he died by suicide. The investigation and court process had taken almost a year and had completely ruined my life. A friend, kind of an acquaintance at the time, really caught wind of what happened and sent me a text. We shared the same hairdresser at the time and she said, I called hairdresser. You have an appointment tomorrow at 10 before the salon opens to get your hair washed and blow dried. I love you. And that was it. Not sure how much the stylist knew, but she was nearly silent and just very gently washed my hair. It was an intimate and sweet and extremely thoughtful gesture during one of the most unspeakably devastating experiences of my life. I'll probably remember it forever. I love this. The fact that it's just an act of kindness and it's making sure that their friend is taken care of. Like, oh my God, I love that. That's so thoughtful. Putting a blanket over me and giving me a teddy bear to sleep. It was recent. I was sleeping on my friend's couch because I was too sad to go home alone. I got dumped. Oh, that's so cute. They gave them a teddy bear to cuddle with. I would cry. Not sure if cat counts. I was having a bad dream last night. Woke up, couldn't fall back asleep. My new cat must have realized this. So she came up on my bed, laid next to me and repeatedly licked my nose. Oh, that's so cute. Why does Coco never do that? Why does she always give me her butt when she's sleeping with me? Literally, she's never like facing me. Her bum is always in my face. Excuse me? My best friend, who was dying of cancer. It was a week before he passed. I had been laying in bed with him at his parents' house. He didn't want to die in hospital and I had a headache. He told me where the pills were, but I couldn't find them no matter what. I gave up and laid back down and he asked if I had found them. I said no, but it was okay. I'd live. Just a headache. He got out of bed to get me Tylenol. This man could not move without being in pain. At this point, fentanyl patches weren't even touching it. He couldn't even really talk, but he grabbed them for me. It's been 4 years and I still miss him almost every day. That's so sad. Oh my god, so selfless. This makes me so sad. I was not so subtly devastated when my first car was finally too busted to repair. Stupid, maybe, but I loved that wee car and it represented freedom and liberation during a weird time of my life. It was due to be towed away and crushed, and I've been trying really hard to be a normal amount of emotional and not weeping excessively over my little red beetle. I woke up unexpectedly early that day and my partner wasn't in bed with me like usual. I peeked through the curtains and there he was, out the street in his slippers. He retrieved my license plate, the dashboard flower, and the VW badge from the car hood. He brought them in for me to have as keepsakes, quietly, and not knowing I'd been awake to see. I felt so adored watching him carefully pry off that VW logo for me. We have my little first car display hung up in the hallway. That's so cute. So sweet of him, to just know that it would make his partner feel better if he did that. He took it into his own hands to make her feel better. I love that. My high school best friend's mum was in a good mood about something, I guess, and I was nearby and she just came over, grabbed my face and gave me kisses all over my cheeks and forehead. I have never done anything for her really, but I felt like, I guess she was really happy to see me. She actually just loves me for no reason. It was a little mind-blowing. Up to that point, she was just like, I don't know, the adult in the house when I hung out, or half the authority in charge of our permission to meet. But I still remember that experience very fondly. That's so cute. Maybe she was just generally in a really, really good mood. And she saw someone that she really liked, also for a kid. She's probably like, you're my kid's best friend. I love that you make my kids so happy, so I'm gonna just give you all the kisses. My ex-husband primarily did the dishes because I did all the shopping and cooking. He would always put my favorite coffee cup right next to the coffee machine in the other room, rather than in the cabinet of cups in front of him. I never had to look for my cup in the morning. He's not a bad guy, just not right for each other in the end. Oh, I love how they can still think about this as like a good memory. And they understand that just because they're not together now does not mean that the person is a bad person. It's just not right for each other. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.